If you're a lineman in charge of keeping the lights on, Grainger understands that you go to great lengths, and sometimes heights, to ensure the power is always flowing. Which is why you can count on Grainger for professional-grade products and next-day delivery, so you have everything you need to get the job done. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
A stunning model and mom of 2 is found dead in her backyard pool, sparking a homicide probe. Police uncover her husband, Dr. Adam Frasch, was in the middle of a stormy divorce, juggling affairs, secret children, and more lies. Was it one of his mistresses? Maybe Adam himself. A twisted web of infidelity, jealousy, and violence unravels as investigators dig deep into Adam's double life. Let's get into this.
All right. You prefer Shakita or Miss Carter?
Either.
Oh, you tell me.
Miss Carter.
Miss Carter?
Yeah.
You like Miss Carter better than?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to record this. Is that all right? All right. We do this, for, you understand. Okay. It's being recorded anyway, but we like to do a backup, just in case. Bear with me for a moment.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, step Charlie, Wayne County Sheriff's Office. In the presence of Ms. Carter, currently the Santa Rosa County Sheriff's Office, for an interview. Okay. Then we spoke on the phone. I asked you about Adam, and I asked you if you had heard anything or if you were aware of anything that was going on surrounding him.
I just found out last night.
You just found out last night?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I kind of Googled and looked, because you said that you're coming from Tallahassee.
Right.
I decided to look up Tallahassee news. Google that, and then I looked up, because he said his wife isn't okay, so I looked up his name, and then all that came up of what happened about his wife, I was found in a pool or something like that. So then I was like, oh my gosh.
What did you think about what you read?
I mean, it had some video footage as well, about him taking his kids to Panama City. So, I mean, I was shocked, very shocked. All this is about really, I didn't have trouble in the past, but I never had to deal with anything like this. So, knowing someone that knows someone, yeah.
You okay?
I'm fine. I'm fine.
It's serious.
Yes, it's serious, yeah, because...
It could definitely be emotional.
I mean, I don't know her, personally, but, yeah, I've said a lot of things about her, so it's like I kind of, but...
So how much did you research?
I just researched, the news, it had her lawyer on there saying that he's not shocked. He is shocked, but he's not surprised that this happened to her because he said that he felt for his wife from Adam, and it had another video about, him having a monitor on because the kid, she had 4 because he had the kids and they're going through a divorce and all that. So, it just said that she was found in the pool. But I was trying to get a certain date. It's just that over the weekend, So, and then it said he was being released on yada date, but it didn't say a date like February or March or whatever. So,
But before you did all your research, Last night or yesterday is the first time you heard about it.
Yes, because what you told me, because I hadn't heard from him, before my trip, because I was kind of worried. I was like, usually I would get a text or something, because I began to draw back from him, and I was like, well, is he okay? What I did, like I said, I did get 4 missed calls from him when I was in Dubai.
So let's talk about it. So let's just kind of backtrack.
Okay.
Just tell me how long you've known Adam. Where you guys met, and be candid with me. What was your relationship?
I will. I met him around in September, October, and I met him at my job.
Last year?
Yeah.
2013?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I met him at my job.
And where do you work at?
Club 10, which is in Fort Walton, Florida. Local to Island. And we met that night, and he, did some dances, of course. Did somebody to run dances, and, that's what I do. From there, he wanted to, get my number, and I'm very picky about who I give my number to in my line of work. So, he was a gentleman. He was really nice. From there, I gave him my number. The next day, he texted me, hey, let's get together, whatever. And I was like, I have a busy day, so maybe another time. And he was really wanting to see me, and I finally gave in, because he was in Panama City at the time. He drove from Panama City to Fort Walton. And he had a guy with him that night I met him. And,
who was with?
I think his name is Gary. Supposedly he told me that. I think his name is Gary. I'm not.
Can you describe him to me?
He said that he shoots boxers right now. From me and all that. Much bigger guys, older. So I met up with him only a few days after that in Panama City. And then we went out to dinner in Panama City, met at his house. And I was like, you've been so nice to me. I met you in my line of work. What's going on? Is there a text with you? You just seem too nice. And because he just wanted me to stay with him, not leave. He was willing to give me money to not to, for my nanny, for me to stay extra days with him, another day with him, Anyway, it was really nice, and he told me at the time that he was going through a divorce, and his wife was living somewhere else, and he was paying her X amount of dollars per month. He said it was an assault case.
Okay.
And because I was like, okay, you're married, let me back off. Then he began to tell me that they're separated, they're not living together. And I was like, okay, good. And he showed me court documents that during her, they're going through some kind of assault. So basically, she assaulted him or something like that.
Okay.
Right.
So it's all right. So this happened, you think it was at the end of September, early October?
I want to say October.
Okay.
I
Before Halloween? I try to use holidays sometimes to get people to remember, Halloween is a holiday, but say before Halloween?
yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So sometime mid-October.
Yeah, because I remember I took my daughter to the shooting. I remember I talked with him about it, and he was like, he was going to take 15 or something about it. So, yeah, before.
Okay. This is my story. Never hurt. You came with me. No. So you guys meet. Was this cordial? The time you came to Panama City and had dinner with him and met with him several times?
Yeah, at first it was just, friends. He was just being nice. He never once disrespected me. And he wasn't rude. And I was like, look, I have to go back home to my daughter. Mm-hmm. He wanted to meet up again. He was like, look, I'm going to Miami. Would you like to come? I was like, well, I want to, get to know you first, more, and see what's going on with you because I didn't feel right, you know. So we met up again and had dinner. And maybe a couple of weeks later, we ended up going to Miami. And then from there, it stopped really fast.
Where in Miami? When do you think that was?
I have to look at my text to see the date. Is that okay? Because I don't want to be
No. Would you say during this time that you guys went to Miami?
January 13th,
January 13th.
2014.
Okay. So we skipped a little bit. I'm still in October.
Sorry.
We're already into January. It's okay. So by the end of October, you guys are just you're kind of figuring him out type thing. When did the relationship become more than friends? What'd you say?
I guess right after that.
Shortly after you guys met?
No, but we had a few dinners. You know, I mean, I know we had a few dinners. We went out to a club in Tallahassee, and because that's where he would leave from, you know, because he's a podiatrist, and he would that's his getaway spot or whatever. So, yeah, let's say, let's say November. October, yeah. At the end of October, November, it kind of sparked quick, like after our few dinners we had, because we started. Our Miami trip was when it really, yeah.
So October and November, and we'll just get the pink elephant out of the room. We're talking about a little more exclusive, the sexual relationship.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you guys are kind of getting a little more serious. Anytime did you ever see him during the holidays in November, like Thanksgiving, or maybe December during Christmas time? Anytime did you see him at all in November?
Oh yeah, I did, but during the holidays, no.
Okay.
But I guess we went to Las Vegas.
When did you go to Vegas?
Sorry,
It's okay. Please.
Okay. I sent him some pictures a little after Christmas, so no way possible was together around Christmas. December we went to Las Vegas.
In December?
I want to say December. I'm trying to see because I always send him pictures back in them. Because he would buy the tickets. So. I would say December. I have to like really, because there are a lot of messages there.
Well, before you spent, how long would you say before Christmas to get to that meeting?
I mean, how long is it? Vegas or?
You went to Vegas in December.
Mm-hmm.
You know Christmas is at the end of December.
Yeah.
You guys didn't go during Christmas.
Yeah.
So how many weeks would you say before Christmas?
I would say at the beginning.
Okay.
I would say at the beginning. Beginning mid. Because I know my daughter, she was, yeah, I would say mid because my daughter was on, the Christmas vacation. You know what I'm trying to give them December through January 2000.
So we're developing this relationship. These dinners, the time that you guys spent together, was it always in Panama City?
Yeah.
Okay. Would you travel Fort Walton?
For a while, I don't live in Fort Walton.
Or would you travel to Gulf Breeze?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So he knew you lived in Gulf Breeze.
Mm-hmm.
How many times did he come visit you? Let's say from like in October into Vegas time. For 3 months, how many times did he come visit you?
Geez, more than 10.
More than 10 times?
I would say at least more than 10.
Okay. How many times did you go to Panama City?
Maybe 3 or 4.
3 or 4 times?
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever go to the beach house?
That's the beach house in Panama City, yes. I would say that.
You would say there with him? During a week or weekend?
But I remember it would be on the weekend.
Okay. So we're getting into January. You guys traveled out of Miami together.
Mm-hmm.
And according to you, that's kind of when we started going
Mm-hmm.
full effect.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us about that.
About the relationship or the trip? Sorry.
Both. January until like where we're at now. What is your relationship turn into?
We share a lot together. Like, we had so much in common. So we got along really quick. And it wasn't like more so love. It was just a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like, I won't say anything serious, but we traveled a lot together. But however, I have my own life too. So I have other friends as well. So it wasn't like he was my main priority. No. We went to Miami together. We went to the Luxury together. He used to come to my place a lot. We done some gambling together. When we go to Miami, we would go to nightclubs. He was taking shopping. Yeah, he was taking shopping, dinner, the whole thing. Yeah.
Okay. When did you guys go to Bush? Was that after Miami?
I have to look. Because I also have, we went to Tallahassee. I have an Instagram and I post pictures and it will show me how many weeks ago it was. So,
Okay.
it's going to take some time to go. Sorry. The pictures are still loading.
Okay. So you guys, yeah. So after this time in that you went to Miami, your relationship kind of blossomed.
Yeah.
Moving forward.
Yeah.
You getting more serious with him?
No, he would say, I miss you. I would say that back too. More so, I don't think it was more like I love you. I don't think I ever told him I love him, But we did like each other a lot. Because when I first met him, he told me he was going through divorce, okay? Separated, But through our relationships, we always had these long talks every time we're together. Always had these long talks, like an hour long or more. And he would tell me certain things, how abusive his wife was. And she's back in the house, and I will be like, okay, wait, you told me that you guys are separated, going through a divorce. So, I need to get caught. No. It's nothing like that. Look. But it seems more so he was moving fast with me. I was moving fast too as well, but I have walls up as well. I always put my walls up. But he would always tell me things about her, how he could her kids got their trophies or something like that.
Okay.
And just he always had things to say about it, but and I always told him when we're together, I don't want to talk about that. You know, we're together. You know, I don't want to hear about drama. I have enough drama in my life. You know, whatever. So I don't want to hear about your life. You know, so. And then just sometimes he'll tell me that they're together, they're not. I'm like, look, I'm gonna have to step away. So I would say, at the end of January, I kind of started stepping back from him, and I started seeing, you know, my other guys. Of course, you know, I have other friends, so I don't think he took that seriously. I'm not, he didn't like that. So, February, I started doing more traveling, you know, without him. And I did get worried because normally he would text me, you know, he'll text her here, hey, how are you doing, whatever, you know. I did call him a couple of times and answer, but my trip came by, like I said. I do have.
Let me ask you this. What was the last, so you kind of backed off?
Yeah.
Okay. What was the last time that you guys took a trip?
Okay, the last time we took a trip together, I take that back, was, because I just thought about we went to the Super Bowl together. Okay, so that was, the Super Bowl game was in
First week in February.
second. The second, so we went to the Super Bowl and we were together.
So you were together the whole weekend?
Yes.
When did you come back?
Okay, this is what happened. We took a rental car from Tallahassee, because it was like last minute plans. We took a rental car. Sorry, was it a rental car? No, it was my car. We took my car, drove it to Tallahassee so we can take a plane from there to New York, because it was cheaper. Left my car at the airport. You know, went to New York. From there, we came back from the Super Bowl game. We wanted to eat dinner at Blue Chris, which was like almost 10 at night. I was tired at, you know, we had dinner in Tallahassee at that Blue Chris. No, sorry, not Tallahassee. Jacksonville was when we left out. We left out of Jacksonville. We had dinner in Jacksonville. I was my car at the Jacksonville airport. But we had to stop through Tallahassee so he can leave his truck there that he had from Panama City we left to go to Tallahassee to drop off his truck, which I followed him in my car. Okay? So from there to Tallahassee, he jumped in my car to go to Jacksonville. That's the plan. So, and then we came back to Panama City that night, maybe like 2 in the morning from our trip, because, you know, the drive is pretty long. And that was the last time I saw him. That was the last time I saw him.
Monday at 3.
I'm sorry?
The day after the Super Bowl, 3 in the morning.
The day after Super Bowl, yes.
February 3rd.
I would say 3rd, 4th, because, yeah, we left that next day, the 3rd, yes. Yeah.
And you haven't talked to him since then as well?
I have a lot of missed calls from him. I have a lot of voicemails saying, hey, please answer your phone, can you talk? Please answer your phone, can you talk?
Okay.
Was there a reason that you haven't, that when you got back from the Super Bowl that y'all didn't?
Yeah, he called me and maybe the day after when, you know, maybe the 4th or 5th maybe, said, hey, have you been posting pictures? Do you have a Facebook? And I was like, I don't have a Facebook, but I have an Instagram, and yes, I do post pictures. But not of you, you know. I did post a picture on Instagram with me standing in front of the stadium. You know, so I don't know how he found that out. But he was like, well, my wife says you did this, you did that. I'm like, are you sure? Because this is like the closest thing he ever told me about her that, you know, and other than that, he's never told me anything that she said about me or whatever. It's never been that. So I don't know if he really looked me up or saw, you know, his stuff and tried to blame it on her. And so after that, I was like, you know, again, sorry, you know, it's too much for me. So that was kind of the reason. And then I started, you know, I just kind of pulled back and started hanging out with my other guy friends, you know, traveling with them, and so forgetting about them.
Specifically, though, you said, my wife said you did this and that. What is this and that? You did what?
No,
What was he alluding to?
Saying that how she found out that I went to Super Bowl with him. Because
you told her?
No, I never talked to her.
Right.
He was saying that the picture I post on Instagram, okay? So he was saying that somehow she knew he went to the Super Bowl, of course. But there's a picture of me at the Super Bowl, okay? So,
Gotcha.
yeah.
So you don't want to get caught up in it anymore?
No, but he does have another guy friend that I know that he knows them very well, he and his wife. So, he was a very close friend to Adam. Black guy. God, I forgot his name. Oh my God. Kendall? Yeah.
How do you know him?
I met him. He saw Adam. Sometimes Adam falls asleep behind the wheel. I sometimes think that Adam has a problem with, what do you call it? He falls asleep like that. Mm-hmm. What is that called? Narcolepsy? Yeah. Yeah, I think he kind of has that. Because sometimes he would be driving me 10 minutes and he's out like that. I'm like, hey, you know, wake up. So Kendall would drive him everywhere, you know? And that I knew of. And Kendall drove from here, I'm not here to Capri, and dropped me off at my house.
So you met him through that. Mm-hmm. What was your impression of him?
Mm-hmm. Adam told me a lot of negative things about Kendall. That he's a manipulator. He conned him out of thousands of dollars. He would take care of him, basically, he and his wife, and Kendall. Adam would take care of Kendall, or Kendall? No, Adam would take care of Kendall. Like Adam told me that he given Kendall so much money throughout the years. You know, and I was like, well, that's not a good friend, you know. I would even give Adam advice, you know, and it seems like I have more sense than Adam. Sorry to say that, but yeah, he said that he always asked for thousands of dollars per week or a month, and Kendall had a job working at some kind of sports places. I don't know, something like that. Or this is what Adam told me. Yeah, when I first met Kendall, I just kind of felt it. Hi, this is Kendall, and Kendall just drove off. The second time I met him, because he had to come back and pick Adam up to take him back. We had lunch together at BBC Baking Go Cries. And, you know, he seemed kind of cool, you know. But certain things he would say at the table would be, you know, how old are you? Really? You're not 20? You're 21? I'm like, no, I'm 28, you know. And he would say things like, well, I'm going to give you a lot of awards and all this kind of stuff. I'm like, then after that, I kind of got what Adam was saying, you know, because it seems like if Kendall had another lifestyle as far as kind of like the same as Adam, gambling, you know, so.
When was the last time you talked to him on the phone?
Adam? Maybe sometime in February. Like I said, I'm assuming the last time I talked to him was after the Super Bowl talking about his wife saying that she found out, but I think he was lying. I think he somehow found out through maybe Kindle or he researched my Instagram page, because I did tell Adam that I have an Instagram page. You can look that up, you know. So I guess he kind of got upset that I posted his picture of me at the Super Bowl, which kind of may give it away, you know. But I wouldn't think that, you know. So I mean, I don't know what his wife did in her spare time, you know.
So you think he's posting on the phone sometime in February?
Yeah, I guess that was the last time. My opinion. Do you want my divorce messages?
Oh, of course, but I was trying to.
That's what I'm guessing. I'm not pretty sure, but I'm guessing sometime in February.
When did you go to Dubai?
I went to Dubai.
So we're talking about the country, correct?
Yes. I got a last email from him. Maybe the 7th February, and then the one I was in Dubai was like the 22nd. I went to Dubai on the 19th of February.
Right. This is a continuing. Dubai on what? I'm sorry. February
19th.
You left on the 19th.
Mm-hmm.
And when did you come back?
I came back on the 23rd.
When you were in Canada?
27th. And I got back 22nd. Yeah, I'm not.
You went to Dubai for a weekend?
I didn't go long at all.
It may take so long to travel then.
16 hours.
You went to Dubai,
I know.
16 hours.
Yeah, it
Got
was.
there Friday, Saturday, and back on 23rd.
Mm-hmm. I got there like maybe at the midday time.
It wasn't.
So it was like a day and a half. I stayed there.
Literally.
Yeah.
What was the reason that you were there?
traveling?
No, it was a good friend of mine that I've been knowing for a while, and he had a business trip there and invited me. So I was like, why not? I always wanted to go. So. I couldn't stay long anyway because
God.
I couldn't stay long anyway. So my daughter.
So is that, he went and only stayed that long too?
I'm sorry.
Did he go and stay longer?
He stayed maybe 5 days. So
Wow.
So you get a Super Bowl February 2nd. Dubai the 19th, Canada 27th. You go out of town any time else in February. I'm just talking about like out.
oh, the Dubai and Canada trip wasn't with him. Wasn't with
I
Adam.
know. I'm just asking you, did you travel anywhere else?
In February?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Not that, nope.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
When we spoke on the phone, you said that he called you on the 22nd.
Mm-hmm. I have one more call.
Can I say that?
To the hotel. Oh, I went to my Verizon, the branch yesterday, with that statement.
Mm-hmm.
They said I have to have a police there more.
Yeah, don't worry about that.
Yeah. Okay. That's the missed call, but it doesn't say anything. I mean, that's the one voice message, but there is, I know for a fact that there were 4 missed calls. But
4 missed calls.
no, those are the voicemails. When you have missed calls or whatever, or calls that come in, certain days, like a week or 2 weeks, they automatically start deleting. You get what I'm saying? My phone is set up like that. I don't know how to get it fixed though.
So you have all these numbers for him.
Yes, you have 3 different numbers.
Okay. Which one would you speak to him the most?
All of them.
He call you from all of them?
No. Yeah, it's weird.
Did he ever say why he had so many phones?
I never asked him. I just think some things I didn't want to get into because I'm not a complicated person. That's his business. It is what it is.
So I see this one voicemail, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where are these other missed calls that are on the 22nd?
No, that's the voicemail. The 4 missed calls I told you about.
Uh-huh.
Let me show you.
Yes.
These are voicemails, voice messages, okay? What I'm saying is he only left 1 out of the 4 missed calls. He only left 1 voice message.
Right, where does it show the missed calls?
They start deleting. Before I talk with you, they automatically start deleting. After I talk with you on the phone, I started to look and I was like, oh, trust me, I didn't delete anything.
Do you know what time now?
Oh yeah, I remember because I was in Dubai and I got back from dinner. We got back to the room maybe like 1 in the morning. And I had 1 missed call like at 12:35, but their time is different from here. 1:30 in the morning, 12:30 p.m., 3 a.m., maybe 3. I know it was 2, 1, 3:30, 1 like 30:50ish, which would have been.
What's the time
Delay or difference?
Do you know how far ahead you buy it from us?
So right now it's 10:36 here. So that means there it may be 10 at night. I'm guessing 7, 8 at night. You think?
Let me listen to the voicemail.
It doesn't say anything. I'm just letting you know I did the,
He doesn't say anything at all?
This is what it says. It's kind of weird. And I have,
These are all missed calls on the 7th?
no,
So if that was like 1 or 2 in the morning over there, it would have been 1 around 8, 9, or 10 here. They're behind us.
I think I have it.
I think I have it. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. They called down.
Because when I got back from the room, my phone doesn't work, outside of the room because I had my Wi-Fi set up on my phone at the room where I had.
So when they go to the text message.
So I was surprised I got from this call, from I was like, wow, something must be wrong for this call back today. What did you do?
Huh?
Wow. It is from the days. People don't have before. Let's see. Wow. There is no messages at all. That is so weird.
Yeah, you just saw the message.
Yes.
How long ago?
Last night and today. Because I wanted to show you a text message on one of the numbers.
Do you remember what it said?
No, I was just, showing proof that I did text him back 3 times. On, when I got back from Dubai around the 24, 26, saying, hey, what's up? Did you call? Hey, did you call? I don't know, talk to you.
That just went off.
That is so weird.
Bring it back up again. So when did you drop your car?
When I got out the car?
Today?
Mm-hmm.
I think you just cracked it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, there it is. Wow, that's crazy. Okay. You want to see,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, it'll show you the most recent one. February 8th. The last time he texted you.
That's what it says. Yeah. That's what I'm assuming. No, the last time I texted him was maybe a week ago. But that's
Are you
not.
green or gray?
I'm green.
Yeah. When did she call you?
She was.
And why does she have your number?
He told me that he took his phone and started calling all the numbers that he had in there.
Okay.
And
What was the conversation with her when she called you?
no, he told me, look, if she, call you, don't answer. And I was like, look, I have to take up for myself. I'm just not gonna, So I was like, look, if she calls, I'm gonna let her have it. I'm not gonna let someone curse me out or whatever. So. But she would call, and I would press the deny button, like not answer. That was only that one day where that day just got crazy. That has never happened before.
Did you guys ever meet face to face?
Her and I?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, never. We never met. Never met. There's some things he would tell me about her I wouldn't want to.
There you go, the other one. What did he text you from which phone number most? All?
No. From the 321 area code one and the 8501. And here's when I got back. I started texting him saying, hey, did you call me? Did you call me? Because I got, those 4 missed calls when I was in Dubai. Just making sure if he was okay or whatever.
So what is that?
Never respond back.
No response. Have you ever met his wife?
I never met his wife. There's some things he told me about her. I wouldn't want to do.
Oh, yeah. And you ever talk to her on the phone?
No, she actually left a voice message on my phone, but during that time, my voicemail got 100% full, so I had to start deleting some messages. So, but it wasn't a good one. I knew that I deleted that.
Did he say why he stayed with her if she was such a...
He said for the kids, and one point in time he did tell me that he was going to put her in if he and some of her family members agreed to put her in a psychiatric home or something like that. I mean, hospital. And he just told me that she was, sometimes I would see him, he would have scratches on his back. And I would say, you know, what happened? You know, he said, well, Samira, I had a fight. You know, this is not good.
Would he ever bring the kids over with him?
I never met his kids.
So all the time
I didn't
that he would come, you didn't want to?
Because I have a daughter, and I want us to be together, then so. But you have to understand, he's still married. You know, I have a daughter. I wouldn't want my daughter to meet him, you know. But, yeah, I did let him meet my daughter, but I didn't want to meet his daughter.
Had he had gone through the divorce and all, do you think your relationship would have built stronger? I mean, is he someone that you, so it was like a one-sided, he cared for you more than you?
It was more so like this. You know, I work in a dance club. You know, I have customers that take care of me, and it was kind of like that with him, but with him, he didn't see it that way. Adam is a great guy, don't get me wrong, my opinion. But, you know, sometimes, like when I first met him, he would just throw himself as far as like, here, here's X amount of dollars. You know, here's X amount of dollars, you know. You know, so I would never, I don't think I would get that serious like that. But sometimes he would tell me, look, I wish things could be this way and that way. I'm like, look, I don't want things to be that way. I do like you a lot, don't get me wrong, but, you know. Oh no, I wouldn't dare want to lose his kids because if his wife were to find out, you know. It's just the same thing she would tell me about her is that, you know, I just hate that happened to her, you know, because someone died, you know.
Right. When did you find out?
Last night, I Googled, because when I talked with him, I was just so in shock because the senator got in contact with my sister, and my sister called me, hey, I got these cops out here wanting to talk to you about it. And I was like, okay, well, give me the phone. So I talked with him, and make a long story short, he got in contact with me. I'm like, look, I'm shocked. What's going on? So, the first thing he said, a death case, you know, well, the cops told me, then he called me. I was like, well, it's a death case, so I automatically thought, is Adam okay? You know, because I just always remind him anything happened to him. So he said, no, he's okay, but his wife isn't.
And you had no clue before that?
Mm-mm. I had no clue, no recollection, no clue at all. And I watched the news a lot. Because had I known, you know, why am I...
So did Kendall know how to contact you?
Mm-mm.
Or was it just always through Adam?
It's always through Adam. Not that I know of, never had my number.
Do you know Martha?
Mm-mm. Oh, Martha's his baby's, other baby's mother.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I know about. I don't know anybody. He never seen me here about her.
So you never been to Martha's house?
I've never been to her house. I never met her.
What about Erica?
I know Erica. Erica and I work together.
What about Erica?
We just work together. I know he had a relationship with her too.
At the same time?
I think it was more so that I know of. I don't know. She works with me. I saw her, last time I saw her, Friday. I never asked her. So, I mean, I never asked her in her face about Adam, because we work together. I don't want that. She never asked me once. We kept it that way.
And he's never taken you to Tallahassee and gone to Martha's house?
Nope. So that's what that says. That he's taking me there or something?
I was asking.
Oh, no. I never even met Martha. Martha said that. Because I know she went live about meeting me. I never met her before. And that I can't figure out to get the text on that. I'm 100% positive he never met her. I know he told me that he was in the process of getting a blood test with the towel for her.
With her Martha?
Mm-hmm.
What's your daughter's name?
Anastasia.
These, one thing I want to ask, because it might take some time, some answering now, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Can you give us the permission to celebrate your phone? So we can have his text messages, voicemails from him?
Sure.
Okay. I'm going to ask you just to sign a consent form,
Mm-hmm.
and your phone will go to the machine, and just text the text messages off of it. All right?
That's fine.
It just takes a little time, so I want to stay all day long. And we'll keep you all day as well. Do you, and the next thing I want to ask you about, these long conversations that you have, these talks,
Mm-hmm.
you know. Can you explain them a little bit to us? I mean, were they ever about Samira? What did he talk about
Yeah,
Samira?
they're mostly about her.
Okay.
And they're mostly about her. Some about Martha, some about his other girls he knows in different states. Yeah, they're mostly about Chandler. He just say, how he's, tired of being abused, verbally abused, physically abused. And he was telling me that how she's so abusive, how sometimes her and his other daughter's mom would get into it because supposedly he had an affair with Martha and ended up having a child out of wedlock, I guess, with the Martha girl. He never said anything negative about Martha. He just always told me that he doesn't not share that. I don't know if that's a boy or a girl. He showed me pictures before. He just had a lot of hair. That he was in the process of getting a blood test.
You ever,
He would let me listen to messages while on his phone about how loud she gets. And I'm like, but I don't want to hear anymore, But at the same time, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, you sure isn't you that's triggering it,
And you said that you knew that they'd become physical with one another?
He would tell me stuff like that, yeah.
Why would you wonder that in the back of your mind? Are you sure you're not triggering it?
Where I would say that?
Yeah.
Because, like, for instance, if I say, I had a relationship last year, a long relationship last year with a guy. I broke up with him because he cheated. Okay, how do you believe it? How do you know that? I could have been the one that cheated. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, by him saying that, she's abusive, she's this, she's that, I'm like, well, how do I not know is you doing all of this? You know what I'm saying? So, because my line of work, I don't trust no one. So, therefore, I'm not stupid.
Or maybe there's a reason.
Yeah, yeah, that is absolutely true. But he would say things like, we're getting divorced, we're getting it done. I'm like, look, that's you. I'm not asking for you to get divorced. You were getting divorced when I met you, So, that's you. When we're together, we have a good time. When we're not together, I'm going to do what I'm going to do. Still see my other guy friends.
Does that make him angry?
Sometimes he would say things like, no, or the way he talks, he kind of mumbles, little. He would say things like, no. I never if I went, you happy. And I'm like, I'm fine. I was fine before you, and I was definitely fine without you. When we first met, I told him, look, this is going to be this. We're just friends. And we went together. We have fun. That's it. No drama. Okay? And doing that, it was like, look, you're different. You're this. You're not drama. I really like you. From to let's start taking some trips together. You know? So I don't mind trips, you know, but just, you know, and then I started telling him that I did like him a lot, you know, but there comes a point in time when you have to just let everything go and start really being, you know, smart, and some things should never happen, you know. We're not perfect, so.
Did he ever tell you he wanted to build a future with you if something didn't happen? I mean, if something happened between him and
This is what he told me. And when he told me this, I was like, you know, he said he and some of her family members have to agree, or some of his family members or something like that have to agree on putting her in a hospital. Basically, I'm like, you know, the things you told me in the past about her, she's not just all of a sudden gone crazy. You know, something's not right. Well, I need someone to take care of my kids. And I was like, excuse me? Well, you seem like you're a good mother. I would love for you to take care of my kids. And I was like, I never met your kids before. Sweetheart. Sorry.
how long ago was that?
It was on our drive back from Jacksonville, coming from the Super Bowl. From the,
It was in what, February?
and I was like, well, the thing is, you know, now that I think about it, you know, I'm like, there's just certain things he said in the past, like, I don't know, because some things I believe him. But then as time go by, you know, I even started Googling him myself. You know, I Googled him. And he has a past. You know, he's been arrested, assault, resisting arrest. One particular time he told me he was in Leon County, and he was Gary, the bigger guy that I guess he's this boxer trainer. That's what he told me he is. I met Gary before. Told me that they pulled him over. I think this was Gary's birthday night. They were driving, and the cops pulled him over, and they tased him, and I knew it was a lie, you know. I was like, there's got to be more to it, you know, because he said it. He ran from the cops. And I'm like, well, if you ran from the cops, you should be wanted right now, you know. No, I'm going to call my lawyer, and my dad's going to call my lawyer. It's just kind of like a big mess. And he told me that they fired the chief of that county, I don't know, or whatever. And I was like, I haven't heard anything about that on the news. Something happened. Why are you lying? You know, I was like, no, look what's the demon, you know. My dad is going to get a situation. It's just a lot of things that started adding up with him as you know, we started going on. You know, kind of. I guess once you gather enough information, it's like enough is enough. So
your impression was that he was completely untrue with you?
Yeah, not all the time. Just I'm not stupid, you know. It's a duck sitting here. I know it's a duck. It's there. If it quacks, it's a duck. If it's not, you know. Just a lot of things will add up with him.
Did he ever, during those times that he told you that they got into the arguments, or physical arguments with his wife, that they ever got physical to the point where they both hit each other?
He told me video.
What kind of video did he show you?
On his phone. We're in Miami. We're in Miami. And he's like making his tires confused and like that. What's his video? And I started looking at it, and you know, he's vocal. getting at him, yelling at him. But she didn't know that he was recording her. The kids were in the bag, and I guess she grabbed a bag or something, and they just started scuffling because you can see the phone just going everywhere, and I can hear him and hear her. She looked at me, she abuses. I'm like, well, looks like you have a part in there too, you know, the way you're talking at her, you know, maybe because he was telling me about the court she was going through and everything, and, you know, trying to, I'm like, if you're trying to get me to be a witness to this case, I'm not doing it. I have enough trauma in my life already as it is. I don't want it. So, and then he would let me listen to some audio. And, she would call him bad, just horrible names, horrible names. And one audio, he had a party too. So I'm like, I think both of you guys, you know, maybe need to help, you know.
What do you mean part?
Like he was yelling back at him too. So, and I would give Adam advice, you know, to, well, you know, of getting friends. I'll give him that advice. You know, I'm like, look, why don't we just, you know, sometimes I would say, you know, we should start seeing each other, you know, go back to her, you guys look like you're getting back together, not going through a divorce. You know, I'm going to move on with my life, and then some text messages, he would text me, look, things are going to be better, I promise. I don't want you to be with me. Look, you know, it's like, look, I like you too, but I'm not asking you to get a divorce, you know. That's not me. I've seen these, you know, evidence movies and shows about how husbands and wives are killing each other just to be with another significant. I'm not that, you know, so.
I think she ended up driving off on him. She was trying to get to Panama, not to Panama, she was trying to get to Pensacola where the other girl was there, because she found out about the other girl in Pensacola. They supposed to drove all the way out there and got into it or something like that. I was saying that.
Okay. So, I mean, what do you think about it? I mean, you think he did it? Knowing what you know?
I'm just saying, I don't think that she'll let him take the baby like that. I mean, he said that. I mean, I was just thinking, like, why would he take the baby all the way to Panama City Beach, and there's a beach in there's a beach in Tallahassee.
I don't know, but what do you think? I mean, what do you... This is a guy that you met down in Tampa. You spent about 4 or 5 months with him, 6 months, right? And now we're here. His wife's dead, and we're here. I mean, do you think that he did it? Do you think he's capable of doing something like that?
I mean, they said that she drowned in the pool, and they said she can swim. I can't swim either, so I don't know.
I know what you heard and you read, but I'm talking about what you know. You know, what you know from knowing this man for six months or so.
I mean, it wasn't a normal relationship that we had, but it was always, let's go here, let's go there, let's go here, let's go there, let's go here. It's like back and forth, like he wasn't pretty normal to me, and that was me and Martha was kind of like talking about and stuff, like he wasn't like that at first, but she was like, they used to fly places, this and that and all that.
Was it normal for him to have his kids and go off without her like that?
Well, at the time when we was kind of together, I don't think so. She was like, I know one time it was like, she wouldn't even let me see the babies. But they was just standing there crying in the doorway. She wouldn't let me get the baby. And he just kept saying that shit. Like, I ain't never seen him with them babies.
So let me ask you this question. Knowing that, you've known him for 6 months, and you know that you wouldn't let him just take off with the babies. What do you think happened?
I mean, if she know that he fell asleep behind the wheel, I don't think she'll. I mean, if it's in the daytime, maybe he can probably make it, but that man be going to sleep behind the wheel. I wouldn't even, because I told Martha, I see why she went on the trip with us, because I wouldn't let him just go take my baby like that to Orlando for Disney World. Like, I see why she kind of went. And I just think it's kind of crazy. His baby mama and his girlfriend went. Like, we cool. Like, cool. I ain't got no problems with him. I ain't coming trying to be with him no like that. Like, whoever he introduced me with it, we end up cooking or whatever.
I think what we're just trying to ask from your opinion though, because you've met him, you spent time with him, you know his personality, you know how he acts, you know the ways in which he does things from this series of time that your lives bopped together, okay? Eric and Adam. And now what we have is his wife is deceased, she's dead. He took off with the kids. We're trying to find out, maybe ask you, do you think he's capable of this? Do you think he killed her?
I don't even know. I mean, I don't know. I know he got like people, like he probably can pay to do something. I mean, I know people, some people I met, like they, like whatever you say, they be like, we'll do it. Like they, like a lot of do-boys, so I just see them like do whatever they say.
When you guys were together, anytime do you remember them talking on the phone or them being together, maybe in person or on the phone, were they arguing back and forth with one another?
Most of the time when I heard them talking, she was doing most of all the fussing. And he was like, baby, I love you. She was going on.
Did he ever tell you any time that, because he told you knew about, they had a physical relationship, like physical abuse, right?
Him and his wife?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Did he ever tell you that at any time that he hit her or put his hands on her, or they went back and forth, like it wasn't just one-sided?
I just heard that she just be hitting on him, like in the video, like she was hitting on him, like she was grabbing his bag, like pulling his bag, trying to not let him go out the door. That was up in the video, like, he was saying, she won't let me out the door, she won't let me leave. And it's when she had, I seen the video, she had his bag around her, and she took his phone and stuff, and like went through his phone, seeing all his text messages and girls and stuff.
So the video is the only thing that you saw?
Of her being.
You never saw in person?
I haven't seen him in person.
You saw in this video that he has on the computer, correct?
In the computer, yeah, in his phone.
Okay. But
I'm not the only person seeing the video either.
I understand. I just want to be clear. I'm asking you though, in about 6-7 months that you know him, and he's talked to you about his wife, Samira, did he ever tell you anytime, hey, you know, she hit on me and I pushed her back, or she, you know, she was doing this?
She be doing stuff to him and she don't do nothing to her.
He never does anything to her? That's what he tell you?
Yeah.
Okay.
He never touches him.
14th, let's go back there. 14th, February 14th, the day you left, Valentine's Day. You come back to Fort Walton. It's a Friday night. You work. The following weekend, the next weekend after that.
Next weekend?
Mm-hmm. Where were you that weekend?
I was in Fort Walton.
You were in Fort Walton. Did you work?
Mm-hmm.
What nights did you work?
I don't know exactly the day where I work, but he can probably go up there and get the the little chalk thing when you check in or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but I've been trying to go in every day.
So they keep a record of when y'all work?
Did you work that weekend?
That weekend, that Friday and Saturday, or that Friday and Saturday, I seen the girl from Pensacola.
Where? No, I'm not talking about Valentine's Day.
Oh,
I'm not talking
the next
about,
day. Oh, the
no,
next
I'm talking about the
weekend.
next weekend.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Valentine's Day, you get back, you don't talk to Adam. That's according to what you told me.
Mhm.
Valentine's Day, your brother picks you up. You come back. That's a weekend. You work Friday night. You saw the girl from Pensacola.
Mhm.
Did you work Saturday? Did you work Sunday?
I think I did. I was going to.
Okay. And the week comes up. You get a whole week. Did you work the following weekend? Where were you that weekend?
I think I worked every day doing it. I've been trying to work every day.
All right. So that would have been the Friday the 21st and Saturday the 22nd. That's what I want to know. So you're telling me you were in Fort Walton?
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever go out of town during the day prior to going to work? Because you told me you go in at about 8 o'clock.
9. Oh, I had to be there at 9.
9? Okay. Did you ever go out of town Friday day, Saturday day? No. All right. So you worked at Club 10.
Yeah.
Friday 21st and Saturday 22nd.
Yeah.
And Sunday the 23rd?
I'm thinking I did. I've been trying to go to work every day. Like, you probably just gotta look at the schedule what day I came in, but I've been going in every day. They've been surprised to see me like every day because I just got back. I'm always gone.
Was that girl from Pensacola there that weekend?
When I got back?
No. That weekend I'm talking about, Friday 21st, Saturday 22nd. Do you remember her being in town?
I don't know, but you can see, I mean, I don't know, she worked at Club 10, she worked at Sammy's in Pensacola sometime when she worked in Fort Walton, Club 10.
What about how about your sister?
My sister,
Yeah. Does she work with you? She doesn't work
my
out
older
there.
sister,
Yeah, she doesn't work out there.
no, she worked at juvenile percentage, juvenile center.
All right. Friday 21st, Saturday 22nd. You're in Fort Walton. You were never in Tallahassee. Never.
No.
Okay. That's true.
I ain't find out nothing to the police. I'm like, well, the police come to the door, I ain't did nothing.
Because you get one shot. You know, one shot at the gate. And this is the time. This is the putting everything out there to give us the timeline, the record, right?
Yeah.
So you were never in Tallahassee on Friday 21st?
No,
Or
I
Saturday the
left, I haven't been
22nd.
back. I haven't been nowhere. I've been still in Fort Walton since the 14th. I've been in Fort Walton since the 14th. Been nowhere else.
And as far as you knew on the 14th, your black Range Rover, Land Rover, what is it, Land Rover?
Range Rover.
Range Rover. Your black Range Rover is at the shop in Tallahassee.
Mhm.
Okay.
It's been there for a minute.
So it would have been there that weekend too?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I didn't the guy number.
Who has the keys
The
to
man
your
in the
car?
shop got it.
The man in the shop has the keys? Do you have a number from Mr.
It's in my other phone.
It's in your other
On
phone?
my phone.
But you don't know where that shop is. You don't remember?
I forgot the name of which street that was on. He knows exactly the name of it.
Let me ask you this, have you ever, that time that you told me you went to Adam's house in October, okay, did you drive over there in your Range Rover?
Mhm.
Your Range Rover, right?
Yeah.
I get them confused. So you went over there in your Range Rover?
Mhm.
Okay. Have you ever been over there in your Range Rover at any other time other than that time?
Nope. That's all the time I've been there.
Never. Anybody besides you and Adam driving that Range Rover in Tallahassee?
No, just me.
Just you. So besides you, who else would have the keys to your Range Rover?
I think it's only one key.
There's only one key. Adam never had a key? But when you left your car in Tallahassee, the guy that owns the shop has the keys? Okay. And Adam was paying to get the repairs done?
Yeah, he Southern paid for the engine already. I think he wanted me to pay for the work being done, but he Southern paid for engine, so.
Whose car is the name in?
Mine.
You sure about that? You have the title?
No, I don't have the title.
How do you know it's in your name?
Cause what's it? The little paperwork on the thing. Got my name on it, the registration and stuff.
The registration has a name on it, but you don't know about the title.
The title should be in there.
Registration has a name because you pay for the tag, right?
Mhm.
But you don't know about the title. Who bought the car?
Well, me and him was together at this man's house. He had a couple cars in the yard.
Private sale?
I think so.
He paid cash?
Yeah.
How much?
I think the car was $14,000, and I put in, I had like $1,000 on me, and I put that in with it.
And he paid the other 13? Okay. And who got the title?
I don't even know if they mailed it out yet because Cole had just got the tag in, the real tag. It came in.
Okay. But as far as you know, you own that car. All right. I'm just trying to, it just takes time to drive over here and talk to you. So there's other things that I want to ask,
I'm no rush.
Have you ever met anybody besides Gary? Any of his other friends? Who have you met?
Kendall. His other friend Kendall, and the other guy, what you say his name was Michael? He's the other guy name?
No, I
The
never
white
seen.
guy? The other friend, so the white guy that was driving around for him?
No, I just said Gary.
Gary. Yeah, Gary.
So you met Gary and you met
Gary.
Kendall?
I met Kendall.
When'd you meet Kendall?
I met him when... I'm trying to see when I met him. It's probably... I know when I was in Miami, he was in Miami too. He was down there too. I think I was going to get a tire or something when we got some...
What do you know about
shopping
Kendall?
stuff. He sell cars or something.
Kendall sells cars
He used to sell cars.
and he's friends with Adam.
Kendall, this Kendall guy, you ever talk to him?
Mhm.
How often do you talk to him?
I talked to him. Trying to see what I talked to him. I talked to him while I was at the room.
When you went to
I
life?
talked to him. Yeah.
So y'all don't talk all the time now? Was that the last time you talked to him?
At the room?
Anytime. I'm just trying to see.
No,
how
I
long
haven't
you
talked to
Kendall.
him. I texted him, but I didn't talk to him.
When did you text him?
I think I texted him yesterday.
Okay.
I found his number yesterday in my phone.
You text him on this phone?
What did you text him about?
When?
Why? If you hadn't talked to him in a while, why did you text him yesterday?
Because I had talked to Martha, and she was telling me what was going on. And sometimes, like he be like when he be telling me stuff, I just be like, I think it be kind of like true and shit. So I just be listening to him. He's one of his friends too. So, and like, let's see, like Adam, and he'll talk about him, and end up still being his friend. So, and I guess Adam, I guess Kendall wanted me to, I guess they wanted me to dance for him or something like that, but like he was trying to like hook up with me or whatever, but I'm not gonna do it.
So you texted him yesterday, but you didn't talk to him on the phone? So you don't call him? So you don't
Now I called him on my other phone. I called him from my other phone.
But you didn't call him on this phone?
I heard text him. I tried to call him.
You just text him, you didn't try to call him?
I tried to call him and text him.
Okay.
But he didn't pick up.
So you never talked to him?
Because he used to go to work. He used to keep his phone away from his wife. He used to hide it in the car. He had that phone number he got. He used to hide it. So I know in the daytime, like in the morning time, he'd have his phone. So I tried to call him in the morning time.
And he never picked up?
No.
How many times you tried to call him?
Probably called like once or twice. Cause I know he'll know like what's going on. Cause I really don't even know what happened. And it's been like a whole month, and I just found out what happened. So I'm like, hey man, what's going on down there?
Right. Did he try to call him? 11:19, 11:20, 9:59, 6:39. 2:57. The text that you sent, you look at it's in there.
That was yesterday?
Something about I just found out some news up here. LOL. What's LOL mean?
LOL.
Yeah, you read it.
Did I put LOL? Really?
Laughing out loud.
Sure.
Cops came here asking for me.
Yeah. No, I put no LOL.
How do you get your text messages?
I know I text my sister LOL because she sent me a picture showing me how my other sister gonna look dancing, and I text her LOL. That's on it. Cause I ain't got that many. I ain't got no numbers in there. It's a 901 number. I text over LOL.
It says, I know you don't have your phone with you now. Please call when you're free.
Yeah.
Oh, because you called at 10.
Yeah.
And he never called you back.
I know they best friends. And I know he'll tell me something like what's going on. Like, and he drives for him too sometimes because Alan goes to sleep.
Who's Crystal?
Who?
Crystal.
My sister. Yeah.
That's Sharana when she started to dance? That's
I don't know, that's not her. My sister sent me that picture and said that's how she gonna be.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, LOL.
What we like to do is, so you were never in Tallahassee? No weekend.
That weekend, no.
Okay.
I left on the 14th.
When was the last time?
I was in Tallahassee. I left on the 14th.
And when was the last time you talked to Adam?
Unless he called their room, and that was it.
The 14th.
Because I had to wait, because the checkout was at 12, and I had to wait until like, my brother didn't get there until like 3, because I had to tell him that my people was coming in town.
So from
from
February 14th, Valentine's Day, all the way until this phone, you didn't have your other phone?
But no, it ain't even been on. That phone was off, like, when I made it down here, the phone got turned off the same day. Because I texted him, and then
The 14th?
Yeah.
So if I have your phone, it got turned off on the 14th, and you
No, it didn't get turned off the 14th. I think it got turned off on like the, I'm trying to see what date that was on there. Cause when I made it down here, my phone got turned off that night, I think about 12 o'clock, cause I was, my husband was texting me. I woke up that morning trying to text him, I was at Martha's house, and he was still gone. I was still gone trying to get the rental car fixed.
But you had been, there should be no usage of text messages, phone calls, anything on your other phone from the 14th of February until today, right?
Yeah.
It's been off.
Been off since.
Okay.
Before I even made it down here. When I made it down here that night after 12 o'clock, it went off. My phone went off.
Okay.
What's LOL mean? Laugh out loud?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Hey, Erica, I got just a LOL news. What happened out there? I have not talked to no one, but the
What
police
LOL?
came by today about Adam. Right here. Hey, it's Erica. I got just a LOL news. What happened out there?
I must meant to put that. I don't know why they was there. Because I had just texted my sister about the picture,
Uh-huh.
about the lady when she was butt naked. I text LOL. I probably accidentally did that. I didn't, wasn't nothing about that, LOL. But the LOL is laughing out loud. But
Erica,
it wasn't.
let me ask you a question. You know anything about his wife's death? Serious. That's about as real as we can get right now.
I know
This
it's
is
that's
the
like
one.
real
This
messed
is the
up.
one shot. You know, this is the. Do you know anything about it?
No, sir, I swear on my life, I don't know anything about it. That's fucked. I hate that happening, man. That's like real fucked up for somebody to die like that. And they was like, I'm thinking they like trying to work together, trying to make it happen. And I don't know what happened. I left on the 14th. Don't know what happened. I haven't talked to him. I haven't talked to her. Only time I talked to her on the room. She called the room. And she came up to the room, I guess when I called the phone back and she figured out where the number came from, the hotel room, she came to the lobby. But I never went downstairs. It was like somebody in the lobby. I was like, I'm not coming down there. I called this phone. I was like, look, your wife down here in the lobby. But I never seen her. I never went down there. And she's like, he got a baby. He thinking we had a baby. Like my baby I had with me, I guess she was thinking that the baby was our baby, like we had to get like a newborn, like a small baby. Because when I had called him something like my baby need pampers earlier, she got the message and stuff on the phone because we were stuck in the room and we got no transportation. That's why I left the message, and that's how she found out where we was at. 'Cause I called from the hotel. My phone was so low.
Did I ask you a question? Okay. You said you haven't been back to Tallahassee since the 14th.
No, sir.
Okay. Because, you know, when people go places, there's people that see them. You know, what we don't want to come find out, nobody's accusing you of anything. Let's get that straight. Nobody's accusing you. But I find it hard to believe that when you find out we're coming to talk to you, you start burning up Kendall's phone. You start burning up.
Because I want to know what happened, because he's one of my friends.
Just let me finish for a minute. Okay. Just let me finish. Like I said, nobody's accusing me of anything. But you start burning up their phone with text messages and everything.
Exactly.
And the same group of friends, somebody's got to be talking about what happened. And what I don't want to have happen is just because we leave here today, don't think that you might not never hear from us again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you have any inclination of what happened, or have heard what happened, you need to get out in front of it now.
I understand what you're saying.
Because if somebody has mentioned it to you,
No, I ain't heard nothing about it until,
you know, you need to let us know.
I'm telling y'all the truth, I ain't got nothing to hide, I ain't taking up for nobody. I just know I'm thinking they working it out. And I was like, I'm not finna call his phone back. They already into it. I'm not finna call his phone back. I just left it and said, like, I'm about to say, f the truck and everything. I ain't called the man for the truck or nothing. I just, like, ain't talk to nobody.
You spent a lot of time with him. How much money did he normally carry in cash with him?
Well, he be buying cars for like $1,300, $1,400, and sometimes he go to the bank and I don't go inside the bank with him, but I know how much the cars and stuff be costing, because he be on this little eBay.
But besides buying cars, was it normal for him to carry a bunch of cash with him, or does he operate off, when y'all went places, off credit cards and stuff
He
like
would
that?
have a lot of hundreds.
Okay. And so the last time that you had any connection to him would have been the 14th.
No, I was before the 4th. This is the day I left.
Okay.
14th.
And
He
you-
called the room phone. He came to the room. He brought some food one morning. And
What room, what hotel did, I stepped out, so did we come up with what hotel you were staying at?
I don't even know the name of the hotel. I'm trying to see if I got any paper. I really ain't got, cause I ain't signed for the room, and I ain't got no paperwork on the room.
Let me ask you a question. You know where his house is, because you've been out to his house. Is it in the area when you get off the interstate going to his house? Was it in that area?
I know it's in Thomasville. I know where the house is. I've been there a couple times with him.
Right, but as far as where you stayed in a hotel,
Do I know how to?
I'm just asking you, was it in Tallahassee?
He have a house in Tallahassee, but the other house that she stays in, that she won, is it in Thomasville? Right. I believe so.
No, I'm talking about, okay, the house that you stayed in said all kind of crap in it. You said it had lines in it. Okay, that's the house you stayed in. The last time you were in Tallahassee, which was Valentine's Day weekend, according to what you said you stayed in a room. Was that a hotel room?
Yes.
Okay. Now, you know the area that his house is in. Okay. You know when you get off Interstate Thomasville.
Which house?
The house that you stayed in that had the lines in it.
The lines.
You said earlier there was like some lines and shit in the house. And
Oh,
rugs.
Lions.
Right.
Like,
Right,
yeah,
that's what I'm
yeah.
talking. So you stayed at that house, okay. I'm not asking you if you stayed there the 14th. What I'm asking you is, you know where to get off the interstate to go to that house. You don't know where it is, I understand that. But did you stay in a hotel near the interstate?
Well, the hotel was near the interstate.
Yes, it was near the interstate?
Yeah.
What, when you got there, when you left, you were there a couple of days, you ate food. When you went outside.
In the hotel?
Yeah, what restaurants were there about?
Well, it was like one restaurant. It was I think it was a ox or some kind of animal was on the
You said a buffalo.
buffalo. Yeah, it was a buffalo.
Okay, tits.
Place.
Buffalo on the thing?
Yeah, it was a
Buffalo on the sign?
thing.
Was it big brown sign?
I don't kind of remember, but I know it was restaurants right there at the corner. I had to walk to get food. I went there to get some food.
Did you see the hotel that you stayed at? You said you see a restaurant. Did you see more than one restaurant?
No, this one I can see that one. Like if I went outside, I can see that restaurant.
No. When you came out of the hotel, was it to your right?
Yeah.
Outback Steakhouse.
Oh, it wasn't out bad. It had a buffalo on it. So it had a
Okay.
buffalo.
Okay. Is there a 4-lane road right in front of the restaurant?
I think so. Yeah. Cause some more other food places across this way they was telling me about, but I wasn't trying to walk across the street. I just trying to.
The restaurant with the buffalo on it. Was there like a high-priced car dealership right
Yeah,
there?
right, like in the back part, like.
Okay. Alright.
What's she shaking for?
I don't know, my hands always shake. I'm not nervous and I don't know why.
You know? Okay. You don't strike me as someone who'd be nervous talking to you on the phone.
Yeah.
So everything you tell us today is on the level. Real talk.
Real talk.
What we'd like to do, what we'd like to
I
do.
mean, I never had a problem with a girl, nothing like that. I mean, stuff is happening.
We want to get a DNA swab from you. Do you have any problem with us doing that?
I mean, what's the DNA swab from?
It's where we take some, like Q-tips, swab the inside of your mouth. It's called a buccal swab. It's for your DNA. Do you have any problems with us doing that?
No.
When we leave here today, Eric, he's gonna give you his card, I'm gonna give you my card.
Hey, I'm up. Step out real quick. You mind doing that?
No, I'll do it. He's gonna give you a card, I'm gonna give you a card. If somebody talks to you, you need to call us, okay? Because, I don't want it to come back later on that you ended up finding out something and you knew something about it. I'm not saying to you that you did anything, okay? But I don't want it to come back and you knew more than you're telling us, because there's a lot of investigation to be done. You know, your phones aren't the first phones we've looked at. Won't be the last phones we've looked at. And I don't want to find out later on that somebody had said something to you about it and that you knew more to the story and that you were just afraid to say something. You know, if that's the point that you know or you think you know what happened and you're just afraid, you just need to tell us that. And we'll work with you on that. But if you got any information, you know, whether she was all the evidence that you got is that she was beating on him or what. No matter that relationship, nobody deserves to end up in a swimming pool.
I know, that's crazy.
Unless they fall in themselves and it's an accident.
Yeah.
Okay, nobody deserves that. I don't care what. And all we're asking is people to be honest with us, what you knew about what your relationship was with him, what you know, if he ever confided anything into you, if he'd ever made any kind of, threats or you're with him after he argues with her. Has he ever got off the phone arguing with her, and even jokingly made threats toward her, it'd be better if she wasn't in the picture, anything like that? No?
I know, he was just talking about getting trying to work it out for the babies. That's what I was telling him too. Like, I know I texted him a couple days before Christmas. I was like, did you see those babies? And he was like, yeah. I was like, yeah, that's good. And then other than that, shit, you got enough money. Do whatever they want to do.
What it says there is just like your phone, that you're willing to provide DNA sample to us without a search warrant. And I'm telling you that you don't have to. You don't have to without requiring us to get a search warrant.
I just wonder what y'all doing at the swap.
Anybody that's been involved with him.
Him?
Yeah, you're not the only one, trust me. People that we've talked about, that whether you knew and all, they've been interviewed and they're providing the same thing. Mm-hmm. So you're not exclusive of us getting this. This is part of the procedure that we do. So if you agree, just if you'll sign right there on the act, and then I'll sign. You work tonight? You just work at one club here in town?
Yeah.
And that's Whitfield?
Club team.
Okay. Well, there's several here in town though, isn't there?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you worked at all of them?
A while back. You want to go back?
Or did they let y'all go?
Switch swap.
I mean, yeah, what I'm saying is,
Do here money, go here too.
yeah, or are y'all exclusive to that one club?
They want to just like switch clubs like that.
Okay. So is that, you go out of town to dance somewhere else? Okay. Now is that, you go to Tampa, is that why you go to Tampa?
Yeah, my daughter's up there. She's in school, and well, I ain't want to take her out of school. I was gonna bring her back to Fort Worth, but her girl said, "Oh, let her come back. We need her to come back."
Uh-huh.
Well, I was like, would it be easier? I don't want to take her to school, and then I can still go around and do what I need to do.
And how old's your girl?
She's 10. She's 13 in February. My birthday's on February 3rd. It's at 10.
Man, at least had made for a little person there now. So she's 10. So how often, she's in Tampa, how often do you get to go back to Tampa and see her?
I've been driving so much without him. Like, he can't drive for me, you know, going to sleep when he's driving. Like, I'm always
He just going to
driving.
sleep? No,
Yeah, he'll go to sleep while he's driving. That's why I be always driving. Like,
is that just at night he go to sleep while we're driving?
when he get done eating, he be sleeping.
Huh?
When he get done eating, he be sleeping.
Let's open up for me. And do the left side, and then we'll do the right side, or that's your right. I'll do that side. Just come on. Painless. Like him.
Yeah.
Did you talk to him last night?
No.
Get this right.
I can't believe that happened. Man, that scared the shit out of me.
Huh?
I can't believe that happened. It just scared the shit out of me. Like, when I kind of close my eyes and I hear it, like, oh. And so,
T-I-D-W-E-L-L. Is that your Erica Tidwell T-I-D-W-E-L-L? What's your date of birth?
10/20/84.
I'm gonna step out and I'll be right back, okay? We'll get you out of here.
He's about the size of another club. Same size of the club, right?
Shots.
Yeah. Don't worry, this is water. Hey, so Kim's trying to call you now. You know that, or?
I seen it ring when he was over there.
Right.
Usually I call him and he was trying to call me back. I was breaking him.
But that was, you called him last night, though.
Yeah, I texted him because I texted
Right.
him telling him what it was because he deleted your number.
So, we want to know, since you haven't really talked to him about anything, would you mind, we could do a record a call with him?
Mm-hmm.
You would? Okay. That's what we want to try to do. See what he says to you. You don't mind doing that? All right. And you ask him kind of what's going on, what you heard, you know, stuff like that. You think he's working today?
Mm-hmm.
You do?
What's that, Tuesday?
Mhm.
I heard he had a new job.
Where are you working at?
I was not sure he works.
You're trying to wrap this up, give him a call, and then we'll go back and ask him if you have a phone. Here's your phone. All right, so pretty much Eric, at this point, you've been, real cooperative. So we, as far as that goes, I just wanted to see, how, that you're cooperating, you're with us. So that's just kind of what we're validating. I really don't want to do anything now, but like Detective Weaver said, I'm gonna give you contact information, and if somebody calls you or talks to you, or Adam calls you, and talks to you about anything, I want you to let us know. Okay. Do you have any questions for us before we head out?
No, not really. I just want to know what happened. I'm still trying to figure out what happened.
You will know very shortly, I promise you. But the important thing is that you are on the level with us.
I thought it was working out. Then something like this happened, I guess 6 days after I left. I was like,
Just like Detective Ronnie, to just be on the level with us. If someone calls you and talks about it, whether it's just talking about what you don't think's important, somebody's just talking, call us, let us know. If someone calls you and starts talking about it, and y'all having a conversation, if they say something that would interest us, make sure to call us. Well, I told you before, we're not accusing you of anything, okay? We just don't want you to see you get wrapped up in something just by someone calling you or having a conversation about it that can make you look like that you knew more than you were telling us. So we're not telling you to go out there and find out information for us. We're not asking you. All we're saying is if if some of these people that the circle that you were running with him, some of these people, if you still talk to them, if they call you and tell you anything, and you want to share that, it'd probably be a good idea to share it with us. But we're not, just make sure before we leave, we're not accusing you of anything. We have, validated a lot of what you have told us. No, obviously you see me walk out of the room, and it's not because I gotta go to the bathroom 5 times, I promise. And we just want to make sure, we don't want to see you get caught up in something. You got a daughter,
Sure.
you're trying to work hard to support her. We don't want to see you get caught up in something that you had, nothing to do with. I mean, because from what I get from this whole relationship, we're grown adults in here. He was providing stuff for you, and you're providing stuff from him. You're trying to survive and do what you need to do for your daughter. Don't blame you one bit. Obviously, he was doing this with a lot of different people and not staying home, obviously.
I told him, I don't care what he do, long he just took care of me. I'm gonna do me, you do you.
So.
I didn't care what he did.
But we do appreciate that. One of the only things we need from you is we'd like to get back with you and get that other phone. That's a phone you don't use no more, correct?
I have a lot of pictures in there.
Okay. We're not, listen to me, we're grown adults, okay? We see those pictures every day. This is all the kind of cases we do, and we're partners, so that's not gonna make us much or anything like that. What we'll do, if it's okay with you, instead of having to inconvenience you and you sit here while we do the phone, since you're not actively using it and calling, if you don't have a problem, we'll let you turn it over to us, okay? When we're done with it, then we can make arrangements to get it back to you, okay?
That's one of the pictures. I have a lot of pictures in there, so
Okay.
I don't know how to get it off there.
And this is what we'll do, listen. What we'll do is we'll seize it from you. You're gonna sign a property receipt. What you do is you've got our numbers. We'll call you the next time you're going to Tampa. Or coming over that way, going through Tallahassee to see your daughter. We'll meet you somewhere. You can whip by the office. We'll turn it back over to you.
Yeah, I can do it.
We're not going to keep it.
I'm not stopping.
Well, that was the other thing.
Well,
Well, that was the other thing. That was just if you swing through and
Right.
find out Tampa. We will mail it to you.
Yeah, we mail. That's no
an
problem.
issue.
That's not. Which Whichever you'd rather us do.
I'd rather for y'all to mail because I don't think I'll be.
Okay, that's fine. We'll be done with it in the next couple of days. We'll mail it back to you. And then that doesn't inconvenience you.
Yeah.
You know, having to sit away because you worked last night. You need to sleep.
You can step out for a second here, and then we'll head out.
Okay.
Do you need to get London before we go back to your place, or you can go back?